Hey everybody, this is Michelle Baker, and I'm going to show you a quick tutorial video how to make a professional repeat pattern. Something like this. Okay, you see how she had an artboard and this was her pattern, and there is no lapse in her pattern when that pattern is brought out bigger. Say this is an artboard. For her artboard is 1,000 by 1,000 pixels, and so this is a really much larger. So if she wanted to take this out into like 30 yards or so, there would never be any break in her circles in her pattern. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'll also give you that link if you'd like to watch her as well. So I'm going to go into Illustrator, and for our project, we are going to be printing patterns and then placing them on canvas shoes with Printful. And for this, they've asked for the artboard to be 15 inches by 15 inches. So I went into the products and found out what the specs needed to be and what they're asking in order for this to turn out nicely. And so I'm going to show you how to set up your artboard for this project specifically. So you can go up to, let me just X out of this and say don't save, and we'll start over. Okay, so you can click on New File, and you can click on Print. And we're going to work in inches. Over here, change it to inches. And for your width, put in 15. And for your height, put in 15. Okay, and then we're going to go leave it just one artboard. We're going to go tab down to the color mode. The color mode, they've asked us to work in RGB. It gives you a little warning sign because usually for print projects, you work in CMYK. But for their specifications, they've asked for RGB at printful.com. So we're going to go RGB, and they've asked it to be high resolution. So leave it at 300 ppi and click Create. Okay, here's your artboard, and I'm going to just make a quick blue circle with a black stroke on it pattern, something like this. Let's say you want your stroke a little larger. If you wanted a stroke, you could just go up to stroke and make it larger, or not. Just showing you some things you can do. Now I can hit Command C and Command V and copy and paste this all over the place if I wanted to, or I could click it and then click Option and just drag out this pattern everywhere. Okay, so for this project, anytime your pattern goes off your artboard, if it goes off the artboard over here, then this is what you need to do. Go get your transform box by going up to Window and down to Transform. And this is the X value. The left and the right is the X value. So this is what you do. You click in the X value and you hit positive 15. So, but before you do that, you got to copy and you got to paste that circle. So if the circle's here, you go up and you hit Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Place. That's important, paste in place. Okay, now get that transform box. Okay, I'm gonna have it just stay out here on the artboard. Now, since we're on the left-hand side, you hit, and you want to send it to the right-hand side, you hit Shift and the plus sign and 15 because our artboard is 15 inches. And watch what happens. When you hit Enter, it puts it exactly where it needs to be. If you were over here and you needed to send it over there, then you would Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste in Place. And then instead of hitting the plus sign, you would hit a minus sign and 15, and it would put it on that side. If you were at the top and you needed to send that to the bottom, you go edit, copy, edit, paste in place, and you go to the Y value, and you want to send it down below. So you hit click in your Y value plus 15. Let me zoom out so you can see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Accidentally. I was trying to get the artboard where you can see it. Okay, and I'm not sure if I put it back exactly where it needs to go, so I'm going to do it again. Edit, copy, edit, paste in place, and we're going to go to the bottom of the artboard. So you hit plus and 15 and enter, and there it is. If you have a pattern at the bottom of the artboard that you need to put at the top of the artboard, then you would hit the minus sign over here in the Y value. So edit, copy, edit, paste in place, come over and click in the Y value, because that's where you're at. We're going to send it to the top, 15, so minus 15, and enter. And so it's exactly where it needs to be for this to always be a reoccurring pattern. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to look at this to see if you like it as a bigger pattern. And I'm just going to fill in some of the holes just for fun. Okay, now just remember, anytime your pattern goes off the artboard, you have to make sure that you've done what I've showed you with that transform box. So all of these have been transformed to the opposite side. Okay, I'm going to find a nice gray color, and just for fun, I'm going to create a box that I actually don't want to stroke around, just want a box. Okay, and it wasn't quite big enough. So I just want to make sure I got that aligned in the center. And actually it needs to be 15 by 15 to be perfect. So I will just delete this one and put this one. Okay, you see how it's on top? I want to send it to the back. We talked about this. You just go, it's an object, it's a square object. So I'm going to go to Object, Arrange, Send to Back. There it is in the back. Okay, so now to view this as a larger pattern, we're going to do something called creating a clipping mask. Very, very easy. I'm just going to copy and paste that square on top. And then I'm going to select everything. And I'm going to right click and click Make Clipping Mask. Okay, so now watch this. All I have to do is click Option and click on the artwork. And oops, sorry. And you see how my pattern is lining up. So I'm simultaneously hitting Option and clicking it to get it to drag. So then you can select all three and hit Option as you click at the same time and drag them down. And you can see that if this was at a factory to get printed, oops, this pattern would match up perfectly and there would never be a lapse. See that? Just like she did in her video as well. Okay, so that is how you make a reoccurring pattern. And your assignment is to just make the 15 by 15 artboard. You don't have to add the clipping mask and view it like this as a larger print. But if you want to, you can, because this is a really cool way to view it. And then, so when you come back to class, I would love to see at least one pattern, and we'll go from there. All right, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.